compelling reason for studying in this sort of program, and particularly in our Masters in Innovation, is there is a professionalization of the whole innovation agenda in many industries. Many industries, in fact, haven't have only scratched the surface of the whole innovation agenda. Particularly in the services industry, many organizations haven't really done innovation. They might have a tiny bit of market research, but that's as far as they are gone. So, for instance, a large American bank has recently hired 2 directors for innovation, and they hired engineers from Intel. Because in the financial services industry, you wouldn't find very many people at all who have experience of managing the cycle of innovation. It's just not something that they have done. That's the reason for hiring engineers, because these engineers, of course, would have been managing R&D projects down through the years. Mm-hmm. So even though they know nothing about financial services industry, they would be a step ahead when it comes to managing the cycle of innovation on behalf of the bank. The program is a reasonably intense 15-month program, which means that true to its focus on Europe, the program will take the students through to 4 locations. The first location is in Cork, in University College Cork, where they do the first term, September to December. Mm-hmm. Then they travel to Paris for the second term, and between January and March they study at Institut Supérieur du Commerce in Paris. And then they go on placement for 6 months. That may be in France, in Germany, in Ireland. It depends what maybe linguistical abilities students have. They may be able to work abroad. And then for the final term, the final 3 months between September and December of the following years, they study for 1 term in Utrecht, University of Utrecht. So that's a reasonably complete program. And throughout the 3 terms, there is a kind of an acceleration, or there is a focus towards increasingly complex aspects of innovation, from the Cork term, which is the introductory one, and Paris, which is about the management of innovation, and the Utrecht term, which is more about social innovation, more novel aspects of the managing innovation. And the placement, of course, is the opportunity for students to put in practice some of the knowledge that they have acquired. And if you think about it, it couldn't really, given what we have put in the program, it couldn't be much less than 15 months. So it is a slightly longer program, but of course, students will get quite a lot in those 15 months. So there's the 3 terms at the 3 universities are 3 months each, and then the placement is 6 months. And also in the final term in Utrecht, which I haven't mentioned, there is also a minor dissertation that must be completed. So all in all, it's an intense program of study, and for most students, a lot of the courses are actually new material. That's the reason for not trying to cram too much into a 12-month program, for instance. But I think when it comes to American students, it's particularly the case that any American student who wants to have a European focus is probably not going to gain that focus studying in a master's program in an American university. So, like the benefit of the master's in innovation European business is really that focus on European business. And in each of the 3 locations, there is one specific module which is dedicated to learning about the way business is conducted in the different geographical area. So, for example, in the Cork term, we do a lot of site visits, in some cases with American multinationals, but they tell us about the way that it is to do business in Europe, in the European context. During the Paris term, there are 2 travels to Brussels to visit the offices of the European Union. So there's also a policy element, policies for innovation, national policies, regional policies that are studied as well. So I think for an American student who wants to be serious about doing a career in the European context, a program such as this one is really a way to catch up and present themselves on the job market practically equal with, say, European students in terms of their understanding of policies and national contexts with respect to innovation. The program is a mix between, it's a hybrid between traditional classroom interaction, but in small groups. The target size for the program is 25 to 30 students, so it is a small class, small group interaction. But one of the key elements in terms of the delivery is the site visits and industry speakers. Last year, during the Cork term, the students in the program were exposed to 22 different speakers from industry. Either that we listened to them while on site visits or that they came to UCC to talk to the students. So that is a core element of the delivery of the material. It allows students to get the stories as they occur in the field and to see what firms are really doing. I think one of the most entertaining moments for me last year was we went to an American multinational here in Cork, and the challenge that I had given to the HR managers is to explain to the class how a firm organizes itself from a HR viewpoint for innovation. And the HR manager stood up and said, well, that's a very good question, but I really don't have the answer because we're only just at the beginning. So I think the students got to realize that, in this program, they are really ahead of the curve. They are learning about things that even in industry, large, powerful organizations don't know how to do. So I think that's probably the most compelling reason to do the program at this point.